Hey world, it's been come back to another video. Let's see here. And I wanted to let you know I'll be going live tonight. And one of my sons lost my remote control. So I got to manually get up to turn the music down on the tube. Right? That's the tube right there, right? And I had to get up and manually turn it down because no access to remote control. Kind of lazy, don't feel like going to, to the store to buy another one. So I don't mind getting up. I'm from the 70s, so before they had remote controls, So once again, thank God for joining me in the garden. This is Being Willie. Hello world, coming back with another video. I did a couple videos the other day, and I know my last video I mentioned about a couple of media situations, but I wanted to talk about this one pertaining to Jay-Z and his association with the NFL. Thought that was really, really an interesting, dynamic. I mean, considering that Jay-Z was basically, partnering with, Kaepernick. And that's why I say, guys, these guys are all fake actors. I mean, Jay-Z first, they say he's the first billionaire rapper, and I don't remember having an album in years. And remember, unless he just, attained all these hundreds of millions of dollars lately because, yes, we're in a boom market, but, we had a market crash in 2008. And I know he hadn't been selling a lot of records, so this billionaire status, I think, is a notorious motive to get more interest into the NFL. I'm telling you right now, the NFL, even with the Kaepernick situation, I think it was all contrived. I think the whole thing was contrived in this world of reality TV. See, professional sports are professional entertainment, just like the WWF, professional wrestling. That's an oxymoron. You dig? Because, if you're getting paid and games are being rigged and, you have all this drama associated with it, all it's basically doing now is kind of coming to fruition. NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, those National Hockey League, all those professional sports are geared toward one thing: making sure that the public remains blind to the notion of the real news like economics and justice, and stay in what they call a bread and circus mindset, which they practiced back during the Roman times. If you give them bread and circus, they'll never ever want to care or never ever concern themselves with who controls the money, how money is collected, how money is created, and who owns land, air, and water. And you'll be surprised that there's ownership. I mean, when the United States, quote unquote, owns 78% of all the land in the United States, then you got to ask yourself, then it's only 20% or 22% left. Who owns that? And so now you start understanding the whole concept of when you particularly pay off a home or pay off a title to land, you continuously every year have to pay property taxes every year. And someone else dictate how much you pay. It's not a fixed rate every year. And so that tells you right there. And if you're not able to pay those taxes, then the land doesn't belong to you anymore. And remember my last video, we talked about surface rights and mineral rights. There's a difference. You dig? So if I just want to come back with a little food for thought, I'm going to be coming back this evening, guys, around by 7:30. Later on, I'm going to go live tonight for sure. And so I hope you get to join me in the garden. I just want to come back with a little information. Like I say, the whole Jay-Z and NFL partnership is all a scam. It's all reality TV. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's, from a philanthropic standpoint, is non-existent. I mean, you say you're from Marcy Projects in Brooklyn or wherever. Why haven't you bought those projects? And I'm taking that from a cat named Choke No Joke. I think he's an old school rapper. And he made a great point when he mentioned that if Jay-Z does have this type of wealth, why isn't he using that wealth to empower or build this nation of people that have supported him? And that's why when I mentioned the Brian McKnight situation, I mean, you know, yes, I understand why he wants to come out public and this and that and the third because of the celebrity status and this and that and the third. But at the same time, guys, it's an underlying element that need to be addressed. And like I say, underlying element meaning this NFL has always been an organization that basically has taken advantage and exploited Afro-melanated athletes. It's not an accident they don't let us coach. I mean, think about the number of coaches that they just put on a carousel and recycle it every year instead of and not allow all these athletes the opportunity to become coaches. Or even think about the ownership of teams. Okay, it's 32 guys. I would equate the NFL to the political process in America, where you have the Democrats and Republicans, right? And yes, in public they're supposed to become or view themselves as adversaries. But behind closed doors, guys, they're eating bacon wrapped shrimp together. Behind closed doors, every year they have a national prayer breakfast where the Democrats and the Republicans are there. Behind closed doors, guys, they living in a 3-story apartment townhouse on C Street in Washington, D.C., Democrats and Republicans. So are they really enemies? Are they really looking out for the best interest of the people that's voting for them? No. NFL, those owners are all together. And whatever they decide, or whoever they decide going to win that year, they going to win. It's all about dollars and cents, family. We are the bread and circus. They are the dollars and cents. Okay? So flip the script, family. Make sure you join me tonight in the garden. And in the meantime, between time and the Most High, to bring you joy. And being with us out of 5,000.